Peace, my friends. It is Ben, and today I'm here with a breathwork practice. And for this one, you can do sitting up or laying down. I have a couple yoga blocks stacked, and I like to sit like this on my shins with blocks supporting my seat. And so if you're sitting, do it in a way where you can sit up tall. I don't care how you sit, I just want your spine to be up, because then that allows space for your lungs to create volume. If we're sitting and we're hunched over, our lungs are then sunk in, right? Our kidneys are sinking down into our pelvis, and there's really just nowhere for the energy to flow. So we sit up tall to create space for the energy, for the breath, for the prana to flow through the body. And if you're unable to sit up with a tall spine, it's no worries. Then just use the opportunity to lay down flat on your back, or you can lay down onto a pillow, and the pillow can be underneath your spine to just allow a little bit more opening on the front body as well. So go ahead and find your space. If you need to pause the video and take an extra moment to set yourself up, feel free. You could also do this in a chair, if you have a meditation cushion. Again, sitting, tall spine, laying down, just find comfort and ease. Right. Intentionally place your hands. Maybe your hands are in your lap. I like to just place my hands on my thighs, roll the shoulders back. If you're laying down, let yourself find even more ease and relaxation. Same thing if you're sitting, but if you're sitting, find a little bit of lift from the pelvis all the way up through the crown of the head. And from the pelvis, it's like we're plucking a flower. There's just a subtle little energy of lifting up off of our seat. Find your own breath, close the eyes, find the moment, breathe fuller and slower than you were just a second ago. Breathe through the nose if you can, but if you need to breathe through the mouth, no worries. Sometimes one or both of your nostrils might be closed. Maybe you're watching this and it's allergy season where you are. And so preference is through the nose, but if you need to breathe through the mouth, no worries. Just find full breaths. Keep going. Today we'll be doing a version of Viloma Pranayama, Viloma spelled V-I-L-O-M-A. And for this we'll be doing a 3-part inhale, a brief pause, and then a long, slow exhale, and the little pause at the bottom. And we're just going to create this energy, and the 3-part inhale is going to be used to create more space in the lungs and more energy for our day. This can also be considered kind of like a version of Dirgha Pranayama. Dirgha breathing is a diaphragmatic breath, and so it's like the first part of the inhale goes to the belly, then it goes to the ribs, then it goes to the chest, and then we exhale out. Right, so this is kind of a thread between Viloma, Pranayama, or Dirgha. And they can be similar depending on how they're practiced. Right. So we'll go ahead and start the pattern. And if you ever need to go slower than me or faster than me or adjust the pace, please do. And that's the benefit of practicing in your own space. And if it takes you a couple rounds to get on rhythm with me, that's okay too. I'm going to cue several rounds, and then you will have several rounds to breathe on your own. So close the eyes, sit up tall. Inhale part 1 into the belly. Inhale part 2, ribs. Inhale part 3 into the heart. Pause. Exhale. I like to exhale through the mouth, actually. Inhale part 1. Inhale part 2. Inhale part 3. Pause. Exhale. Inhale part 1. Part 2, part 3, exhale. Inhale, 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 pause, exhale. Inhale. 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 Exhale. I'll cue 2 more rounds. Inhale. 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 A little pause. Exhale. Inhale. 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 Exhale. Do a few more rounds on your own pace. So same thing, 3-part inhale, pause, exhale, but just go at your own pace and don't worry as much about following directions. Speed it up, go slower. Find your capacity and use the breath as a playground. Use the breath as a explorative pathway into the body and into the spirit. So let's just give ourselves 1 minute or 2 minutes here. If you want, add in a pause at the bottom of your exhale. Feel the emptiness, and then inhale for 3 parts. Do 1 or 2 more rounds, that's it. When you finish, take a few rounds of natural breath and then just kind of sink into a meditation where there's a little bit less control, a little bit less structure, and just a little bit more being. In fact, maybe you find a movement of breath where the inhale seamlessly turns into the exhale, and then the exhale eventually seamlessly turns into the inhale, creating this circular pattern of breath. And let's sit in this energy for about 1 minute. My friends, this will conclude today's practice. If you're seated, you can round the practice by taking a bow forward. If you're laying down, you can linger and enjoy and appreciate that space for as long as you'd like. Right, thank you for joining me for this mini breath practice. Right, we kept it simple today, but sometimes just a simple, intentional slow down and attuning our awareness into our breath and letting everything else fall to the sides can be very valuable of reminding us what is here, what is present. It can remind us of the body we live in, of the energy that we have inside us, and our capability to shift the energy, even just with 1 minute, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. The breath is present in everything we do. Even just when you're driving, or you're doing yoga, or you're working, or you're sleeping, the breath is always present. Anytime we can draw our awareness to the breath, all we're doing is actually drawing our awareness to the present moment. And when we're in the present moment, we're in a state of yoga, because we're not in the mind, we're not getting lost, we're right here. We don't need to think, we can exist. And I think peace comes from thinking less and existing more. So with that being said, thank you so much for joining me today. I appreciate you. The world appreciates you. And I hope to see you soon. Until next time, peace.